Pokemon Legends ZA have revealed their starters and Totodile is highly favored. Now, you do have a debate when it comes to Chikorita if you want the game to be 10 times harder. Alright, man. If you played Gold and Silver, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I definitely feel Totodile is going to be the attraction just based on previous games. Who will you be starting off in Legends ZA? Let me know what's up in the comments below and why. Woo! Pokemon reveals some trailers on Pokemon Day, and of course it's Pokemon Legends ZA, and of course it's actually the Pokemon Champions. And I'm excited to talk about both of these today because there is a mixed bag of everything that's been going down. There's two front runners as to why these conversations do continuously happen. One, I think the fact that Switch 2 of course is coming around, but people did not see. I thought I saw at least a magnificent jump in graphics and the way it looks resolution wise and everything, but I feel people wanted a much more of a drastic jump, and I feel this is the next observation as to why, or debate, etc. I think the fact that Power World is in this weird battle with Pokemon, you know they're doing the lawsuit and everything like that, but I think since Power World really showed off those types of graphics and animation, I felt people are at least still feel, I felt and still feel people are wanting this to be very competitive to how that looks. Obviously now with the pew-pews and all that, but definitely with the fact the way the game looks overall, like in hindsight, those type of textures, I think that Pokemon did not side with right now. You can tell they're just, it looks like a continuation and extension of what they were doing with Scarlet Violet. And then there's another aspect to everything, right? How Scarlet Violet launched at first, it wasn't loved at all the problems that was going on with it. So I think Pokemon has a lot of things, but the thing was also that I do want to touch base on that Game Freak has never really been a graphics type aspect, dev aspect. When you look at games that they all made, they've always been somewhat of a whole generation behind when it comes to just graphics and all that stuff, and it's been like that forever. So there's no we're not waiting for anything super mind-blowing when it comes down to Game Freak. What we are waiting for is performance, I think. And I really hope that we get some type of performance upgrade, hopefully not at launch, some buggy game at launch when we get this Pokemon Legends ZA. I would love to really play this game up to utmost 100% completion. I would love to, especially since I'm on the go a lot. But I stopped playing Scarlet Violet a lot because, I don't know, I just didn't really feel the vibe in there. I thought first Legends was really good. Arceus was really amazing. Now that's a game that I can get with, but I felt like Scarlet Violet, I couldn't get all the way in terms of 100% completionist and doing everything like shinies and everything. But I will tell you this, if Pokemon continues to do what they're doing right now, I think they're gonna be just fine, man. I think bringing back the starters, which is the 3 starters, Totodile, of course, Mr. Pig himself, and then Chikorita, right? So I know Chikorita and Totodile will probably be at the main frames of what people really want most. If you play Gold Silver, you know that Chikorita is not going to be a choice really for your options. So I think Totodile really just going to combat everybody, and everybody's going to choose Totodile just for strength alone. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting for Pokemon fans. I feel this is another effort into a graduation. It could be some form of a rushed release, then we're not really going to have as much as we want. Because this is going to be a backwards compatible, I believe, right? That's what it is, right? Is this still going to be a Switch 1 variation, or is it just completely Switch 2? I don't really know about that. I don't think, did they say that on Pokemon Day? I don't know exactly what they said on that. But it is very interesting because Pokemon, if you go all the way back to the history of Pokemon has been amazing. By the way, I played since Red Blue, right? I'm old, right? Hashtag old. I'm pushing whatever age you want to say after that, but 90s time, man. Red Blue was very historic, especially Gen 1 Pokemon. It was very game changing for me individually as a fan. All the way through Gen 4, especially that Gen 4 was Gold Silver. So up into basically the part of Pokemon that we're getting today. I think it was Cyndaquil instead though, right? It was Cyndaquil instead. And Pokemon has been legendary. Those are some of the most legendary games, which is why also they were just remade later, like Heart Gold, Soul Silver also remade. And there's a reasoning for that because the OG Gold Silver was just, we lost our minds in those games. But if Legends ZA can, I hope Legends Arceus gave us something that we were looking for, like a Breath of the Wild type game, or I don't know, just anything, right? Look how Mario Odyssey is, graphics wise and everything. Now I'm not comparing Deads and all that, of course, but we want Pokemon to be a game like that, which is why Power World really blew up so much the way it did, because of the immersion of the world. That, I mean, aside from like crafting and like pews and all that, it was the world and the immersion of what is going to come. And of course the creatures themselves, right? The hunting themselves and the balls and everything. But in terms of like how we want a game to look, that's why it really did. And so I feel that now that the reveal of ZA has been around, people are not too excited by the way it's going to look. In terms of a jump, it is an improvement from Scarlet Violet, but I think people are really looking for this crazy jump to where it looks like real console type. Now, Switch is claimed to be looking like a PS4, at least docked, a PS4 Pro, right? Docked. And I feel people really wanted it to push to that nation and that notion. And that's why I feel like Power World is going to be constantly compared to this game until like Nintendo wins the lawsuit, honestly. Because if you look at Power World's graphics are really cool. Even I favor them a lot more. I'm not saying I favor the game overall, but I do favor like the idea of what they did and the designs of what they did, especially being considered a quote-unquote indie game. They really blew it out the water. That's why it went so crazy with concurrent players playing, people still playing to this game, and their devs doing unique things like letting them take off for Monster Hunter Wilds release and all that stuff. So Pokemon will constantly get compared to Power World, and that's gonna kind of be good and bad, right? We all thought Pokemon would have probably, based on what we've seen, right? I'm not saying the game is horrible already, but based on what we've seen, we all felt like Pokemon was going to make an even larger leap just due to the lawsuit itself, due to Power World really taking the aspect of what Pokemon could look like and putting it out there into like a console world. And that goes into another conversation, right? Because Microsoft is bringing Call of Duty to Nintendo Switch. So if consoles are coming back this way, maybe Xbox could bring games like a Power World to like Switch, or like overall devs in general. And that could help out also, because maybe Pokemon could start looking into like, all right, well, maybe can we push this into a console notion? But it is obviously first party games. So all what I'm trying to say is that Legend ZA is good. It just has a lot to live up to right now due to Scarlet Violet, a very mixed bag. And Legends Arceus is still like #1 in all of them. Like I put Legends Arceus the best probably Pokemon game of all time, just due to the freedom alone. And so to get another aspect of the freedom, it's very soon since this game came back around already. And I love that because I like the idea of Legends a lot more than I do just Scarlet Violet. Now, not because like turn-based and all that stuff, but just the idea of open world world Pokemon, which has graduated from year to year. It has been longer gaps to bring these types of Pokemon games around already, but I am super excited for Legends ZA. I'm choosing Totodile easily, and that's gonna be my main starter Pokemon, man. But y'all gotta be letting me know what's up. Who's gonna be your starter Pokemon? Like, what do y'all like about Legends ZA? I feel that there is a lot of pressure on Pokemon just due to like them against Power World. What happened with Scarlet Violet launch. Legends Arceus has a lot, like it's already a legendary game, Arceus Legends. So hopefully this game lives up or even surpasses to what Arceus brought us, because if not, it's gonna be another, I guess, overall disappointment. I'm not saying Scarlet Violet was terrible, but yeah, but we just want a great open world type-esque Pokemon freedom game. So hopefully they bring us that. I was hoping for a little bit more graduation in graphics, but it still has a lot of improvement, which I am still excited for. Game Freak has never been known for that aspect anyways of gaming, and they've always made fun games. We've been playing since Game Boy, dog. Like, come on. But I appreciate y'all so much, man. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts. Drop your comments, drop your debates. Let me know what you think. What is your favorite Pokemon game? And let me know what's up, man. Peace.